Alright, so we are live now. Waiting for more viewers to get on before we start. Put the mic. It feels weird. You're sitting on the table. Going on everything. Oh, we have some viewers. Hi, welcome. Just waiting for more people to get on and we will start. All right. Hello guys. Hey, how are you? All right, we're just gonna wait for about another 2 more minutes. Sorry for the delay, but we're gonna get going real quick. All right. Let's wait for more viewers. 9:09. We'll wait give it another 4 minutes and we can start. So you're gonna be going. You can start first. Yeah. Are you gonna meet the porter now? Yeah, but I mean, I'll use it to drive so that everybody's on enough. I'd rather shoot them in the turn. Okay, perfect. You get closer. Hey, you want to move over? Yeah, no, I moved out of your way. I was sorry. I was just interviewing one of our users that wanted to know if we were on. Yeah. All right, guys. Go on ahead and the link is Hey guys, how are you? I hope everyone had a great weekend. I just want to hopefully we're not lagging. I'm gonna start. We're gonna be going over my favorite thing is the doji, which I describe it as being the cross, right? So that's how I remember it. So I just want to make sure if you guys could hear me and if the volume is clear. All right, guys. So just give it about another few more seconds. I feel like I'm slowing it down here. All right, guys. Just give it about another few more seconds. Okay, great. All right, guys. So for anyone who trades using reversal patterns, this is pretty basic. The doji pretty basically means there's an indecisiveness in the market, right? With the buyers and sellers, that the price when they're closing, they're very comparable, meaning that when you're looking at candlesticks, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Your marker? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna try and give you this example. But this, you're gonna see the star, the long-legged doji, the gravestone, and the dragonfly. Okay, so basically, you want to use this along with other things. You're not going to just use this to execute a trade and go in, oh, I see a doji, that means it's a sign of reversal. No, that is not true. It's just an indication that there may be a possible, and I'm going to write it down so no one ever says that I say it's a definite. It is a possible sign of reversal. But basically, a doji is basically the market is an indecisiveness with the buyers and sellers where the price had came close to the same. So that's why when you see like a candle pattern, say you see of an uptrend, right? The candles are going on an uptrend and all of a sudden you see a gravestone, right? And you see this. Hold on. And you see something like this. What am I doing that for? Like this. And you see something like this, right? while the market has been on an uptrend. So we can give an example, the Euro USD or the GBP USD, and the market is going on an uptrend, right? And you see something like this, you're like, oh, that's a doji, that's a gravestone, right? So basically, like I said, it's a possible. There has been, the price is overbought, right? You're going to use indicators, you're going to look at your price action, you're going to look at your support resistance, and you're going to use other technical analysis, right? To make a decision to see how valid is this doji, right? So when the market is possibly going on an uptrend, right? You want to see if the market is going to be in the supply zone, right? The supply zone indicates that the sellers are going to push the market back down, and it's going to be a possible sell, correct? So when you see a gravestone doji, which I drew it out here, and I said indicate a possible bearish trend, meaning that the bears have been overbought and it's pushed. So we're gonna, you would draw like your resistance, your support, your trend lines, and you would see how valid is this doji, right? And you always want to wait for confirmation, right, guys? You never want to execute a trade until it's a valid confirmation, with at least 2 or 3 confirmations before you execute a trade. Is the best way when you want to be a most conservative trader. If you want to be a risk taker, which I highly do not suggest you guys to do, these are just suggestions. Now, what happens, right, if the market is trending down, right? The market is going down, right? And all of a sudden, the market is trending down and you see a doji, but you see the dragonfly doji, which looks like a T, right? The dragonfly doji looks like a T, which also indicates that the market is indecisive. The buyers and sellers price were very close to comparable. So basically what that means is that we need to see what else is indicating that the market may reverse and it might turn into a bullish trend, which I put here. Indicates, I put my arrow going up, a bullish trend when you see a dragonfly. Does that mean that every time you see a dragonfly doji that it's automatically going to go in an uptrend? No. You have to use your technical analysis, and it goes for you that use fundamental analysis and read the news and look at the market. I mean, I don't really use it, so I'm more technical. I look to see overall. But a lot of times you may see a doji and 2 candles afterwards, the reversal tends to kick in. Okay, it's not going to kick in at the next candle, guys, and just go do an uptrend. Boom. It's not always going to happen that way. But that's why you have to have patience and, use other things to indicate, is a dragonfly, is the market oversold, right? Is it oversold? If you use an RSI, you want, the numbers to be below 30, right? Meaning that the market is oversold, right? You want to use, not only would you use an RSI, you can use the MACD, you can use an oscillator to, make decisions, and just based on your chart, just read the charts and see. It doesn't indicate a bearish trend coming. So, draw your trend lines, and I'm definitely going to go and look for them on the charts and see if we can identify these 4 different dojis, so we can, look at, what happened in the past and see did an uptrend or a downtrend occur, after these dojis appeared on the chart. So this is just a little small breakdown of what are the dojis and what are the 4 different doji, guys. Okay, so for those of you that don't use this, I mean, if you want to take a picture of this, you may. If not, I'm going to erase this in about 5 seconds. Actually, I'm going to show them the quick head and shoulders.
Yeah, if you want to show them everything you want on the board and then go on to the chart and then after this thing.
So we'll do 1 and 1. We switch like last time. You want to do that? So I'm going to do this first though. All right, guys. So I'm going to show you a little bit about head and shoulders. Okay. For those of you who trade head and shoulders. Okay, so the key point of having, I'm going to draw it here, guys. Okay, I draw my lines here. I am not the greatest drawer, so please do not use it against me, but I'm just going to show you. So this right here will be considered the neckline, right? And here we're going to have our left shoulder, our head, right? This is the head, and then we have here the right shoulder. Now, when you see head and shoulder, you want to draw the neckline, right? Because when you want to know if this, how valid is this head and shoulder, it's not valid until it breaks the neckline and closes below the neckline, guys. That is key. So if this is the neckline, right? Let me get closer. If this is the neckline, you're going to draw the neckline, which is a simple trend line, and you make sure that the candles break the neckline to make it a valid execution, right? Not the first candle. I usually will go probably between the second and third candle, right? That's what it's supposed to be for head and shoulder. It's supposed to break through the neckline, correct? If it's a valid head and shoulders, and then you can execute. So people would say, well, what would be my target, right? Well, I'm going to show you on the chart. You usually would measure the neckline to the top, right? Here, you would draw. I'm going to show you how you can get a line. You would draw it on your chart, and then you would draw it below the neckline. So if this is this size, right, from neckline to the top, you would take this same line and drag it onto your chart, which I'm going to show you how to do, and it would be, and this would be your take profit. This is, so what would be my target, right? Well, you would take this and you would just put it here, and then you would, you know, go with the numbers that are on the back here on the chart, and where you feel like you want to execute your trade from exit, right, guys? So this isn't just like a basic head and shoulder. Now, every head and shoulder is going to be even like this? No. You're going to get head and shoulders that are slanted on angles. This is considered horizontal, perfect, but you're not every head and shoulder is perfect. So we're going to look at the chart live and see, you know, like a really good head and shoulder, and we're going to see like a not so great head and shoulder, but they were still valid, right? Now, this is the inverted, right? And then the other one would be, I'm going to erase this. I'm just going to give, you know, I'm a visual learner. So for me, I have to see it, hear it, and then see it on the chart to process it. So I'm going to draw another line here. Draw another line here, okay? I'm going to start from here. Here. Sorry, Erin. Yeah, I know. Not so good. Okay. So this is the left shoulder, right shoulder. You can write it up here, whatever way you want to write it. Just remember, this is the neckline, and this is considered the head. So basically, the price, right, reaches to the neckline, and it's supposed to retest the left shoulder and go. And the idea is for it to break this neckline, and we want to see a bullish trend. That is the goal of a head and shoulder, right? For the opposite, not the inverted, right? So for the goal for vertical head and shoulders is for it to neckline and execute, right? You would want to execute. You have to make sure that if it doesn't break above and closes above the neckline, it is not a valid head and shoulders, right, guys? Because the market can break the neckline and then come right back down. How many people have they hit their stop losses thinking that it was going to go back up and it didn't, right? So you want to make sure you have patience. And the same thing, well, what would be my target? Well, you're going to measure from the bottom to the top. I'm going to show you how you can carry this trend line. And you're going to do it like from right here to right here. And that would be your target where you want to take your profit. Okay? So this is just the head and shoulders, the regular head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders, and the 4 different dojis. Now, there's people that trade this all and make money. They simplify trading. They don't get all these crazy things and look at all these different ways. And there's no wrong way to trade. You know, obviously, if you're not listening to the rules, then there is. But if you just want to trade head and shoulders all day, MWs, I mean, then do it. If it works for you and it's making you money consistently, and you're following the rules, the parameters that you need for trading, and you apply it correctly, then you are trading, you know, properly with risk management. You should be doing well. Then we have the end, right? The double top, right, guys? We have the double tops and the double bottoms, right? Tops, right, and double bottoms is just the opposite, right? The double tops, the double bottoms. Usually, the key is that you would go, obviously, when the double tops, you would go in for a sell, and for double bottoms, the idea is to go in for a buy, right? And we're going to go over it on the live chart, and basically, I'm going to go more in details and how to execute a double top and a double bottom using the technical analysis and different stuff. So we're going to go over it. This is just a quick thing I'm just drawing for you guys, so you guys can know, you know, what do these mean and stuff like that. So I'm going to erase that now. And do you need to go over anything on the board today at all?
Not really. I could really for sure. I prefer to show it on the chart. To be quite honest.
So put it away then. You good for this stuff?
Yeah. Because what I'm showing you is the basic, the real basic one. So that's better to show on the chart.
Hello, guys. All right. So we're going. I'm about to screen share everything with you guys right now. So let me get that going. I hope everyone's Sunday is going great. Mine is. Melissa and I, we went to a haunted house last night. We had an adventure driving back, right? We drove over 125 miles because we both love haunted houses. We love Halloween. We're still a kid at heart, so we still go do all these fun activities. But we had a great time last night. But it was the blind leading the blind. And what I mean in that way is Melissa and I are both like blind when we drive at night, which is really, really bad. So she can't see and I can't see, and I had to drive back because she drove there, right? That's only fair. And I didn't have my glasses, so I literally was driving. I don't know if anyone was on Route 80 last night, on I-81, anyone from PA or Jersey, but I was driving like 20, 30 miles an hour on certain roads because it gets like pitch black. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to me, but man, when those roads are dark, I can't see for anything. So I'm driving like an old lady like this, going like, maybe sometimes I would go 60, but people were flying past me. I'm like, oh my God, people must hate me. Who's this girl driving, right? So slow, but hey, I was just trying to be cautious because I wanted to make sure I get back here safe, Melissa and I, and my sister, so we can be here today with you guys, right? Yeah. So I'm sure she's going to go over her little journey that she had yesterday. It was pretty cool, but just wanted to share that with you guys. Go to haunted houses. There, if you like that adrenaline rush, there's so much fun, guys. So I'm about to screen share much of me, and we're just gonna go straight to the charts. And that's it there. Perfect. I'm going to just go on to make sure that you can see the screen share properly. Okay. This. Start. All right, guys. So I want to make sure that you guys see this. So Melissa is going to confirm that for me. Perfect. All right, guys. So I put this line chart off on for those of you that want to know the US CAD on a 30-minute chart. Actually, let me show you guys how to do it on your own. So let me delete and delete here. Okay, perfect. Now, I tell people, I mean, you can look at candlesticks are pretty cool, but I see here, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this clearly, but right here, let me draw. Perfect. Perfect. So I want you guys to see this right here. See this section? You're not gonna see this in a few seconds. I'm gonna let it go, but look at this section right here for those of you that are on, right? And here, remember I tell you that you're not always gonna have a perfect head and shoulder. You know, they're not always gonna end at the top correctly, right? So here it is a perfect example of a head and shoulders, right, guys? And I'm going to show you how you draw the neckline and stuff like that. So I get my trend line right here where it says draw trend line. So you're going to click on that, and I'm going to take it from the left shoulder all the way to the right shoulder, right? And I'm just going to take it out a little more just so you can see what I mean, right? Because we're going to pretend that what happened already hasn't happened. And another thing is, for you guys, if you guys want to draw the trend line how I do it, make sure when you click your trend line that you right click. Hold on, let me make sure. Right click, go to Trendline Properties, because when you click trend line, it's going to give you a big red line. Go to Trendline Properties, and when you go where you see parameters right here, don't click the ray, unclick it. That's what I did. See, if you click it, unclick it, guys. It's going to come clicked already. Unclick it and press OK. Please follow these directions because this is going to help you out. So when you see this head and shoulders, right, guys, you see this head and shoulders right here. And basically, I told you this is, let me write it out here. And this is going to be the left shoulder. This is going to be the right shoulder. Right shoulder. And then this is the head, which I'm going to show you guys right here. The head. And this is, I'm going to draw the word neckline next to the end of the line so you guys can see. Like I said, I'm visual, so I'm very into these details. So I hope you guys enjoy this, because from the vision I'm talking about, right? So this is the neckline, right? So you get your head and shoulders, okay? You draw your neckline, okay? So obviously, in trade, you know, it's supposed to break the neckline and continue down, right? Like obviously it has done, as you can see. But obviously your take profit's not going to be down here because you don't know it was going to come down here. Remember, we're pretending this is not here. We're pretending like none of this over here has happened, right, guys? Kim was saying, how can I measure my take profit, right? Well, you're going to draw a trend line from the neckline to the head, right? So you're going to click right here where it says draw trend line. Okay, and then you grab the end and you make it straight. That here, let me write right here. Right here. We're not going to say take profit. This will be your target area you're looking for, okay? Because I cannot be here and tell you, this is where you're going to take profit, guys. No, this is going to be your target area, okay? This is where you expect price to go, okay? Does this happen in every scenario? Absolutely not. Let me bring it right here. Perfect. So this is going to be basically your target area when you're executing head and shoulders, right? I basically showed you how to draw the trend line of the neckline, right? I showed you, I wrote where the left shoulder, right shoulder, head, and I showed you how to carry over where your target area should be, how to measure it, okay? This is a really nice technique that I'm giving you. I hope you guys do use it and take advantage of this, technique that I showed you. I learned this from other traders that use it. I've learned this from YouTubers, so nobody owns the rights to this little technique. You can Google it on YouTube and it's for free, and you'll see other traders that trade this way will use it. So this doesn't belong to me. No, it doesn't belong to anyone that has shown this to me or anyone else. It's just something that traders have, learned to apply this, and we all use this, right? They're just different techniques. So I hope you guys remember how to change the properties like I showed you. And this, you're gonna go up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth, 5, right here, trend line, and you would draw. You see how my trend line? You can maneuver it. You can move around it. You control it. It's pretty cool, right? And then I showed you how to disable the normal setting, Trendline Properties, and make sure that the gray is not clicked on, okay, guys? And that's why, because if you don't do it the right way, this is how it's gonna look. Look at that. You see that, guys? You see this long ray? That's because I didn't disable it. So we're gonna disable it, and then I'm gonna move on. I'm just showing you stuff that was shown to me, and I hope you guys, appreciate this. So we're gonna make right there it goes. Trendline Properties. You see how the raise X, uncheck. Okay, voila, the line moved. All right, guys. So focus, and I'm gonna just go over some information on it. So basically, the head and shoulders is basically, it's used for technical analysis to predict a reversal of a downtrend, right? An inverse head and shoulders is what predicting is for current downtrend, right? When you use this pattern, the goal is for it to fall through the neckline, right? That's the goal, and basically price will fall again to the previous support area, which was right here, right? This previous support, and we can draw around right here. And this is what previous support in this area was pretty strong. So basically, you know, that is the goal, which it actually, obviously you can see that was our target area. It hit our target area, and obviously it hit way surpassed our target area. But that is like basically, you know, how the pattern is and what you expect. Now, when you're entering these trades, guys, I want risk management, because could the market go the opposite way? Yes, it could. It can fake you out, and I'm going to show you some minor fake outs where it was supposed to do what it did and it really didn't. And I'm going to show you that way right here too. So right here, let me draw a trend line. Right here, you would be like, oh wow, Kim, another one, right? Well, look, right here. Look at this neckline I'm drawing. The goal for it is for it to break this trend line, right? The neckline right here. Right? You see another one. And it broke, but look, guys. And this is not a valid one, okay? This is, you know, it broke right here, and then it didn't close above it, right, guys? It didn't close above it. So basically, this is a prime example that this is not 100% accurate. There's no such thing as a head and shoulder. All of them are going to be accurate. There just isn't. So basically, you know, sellers will place their order below the neckline, right? This basically ensures us that the first break, right, the first break of the neckline catching a downtrend is the goal of, you know, collecting profits. Now, say if it was an inverse head and shoulders, the opposite, well, the goal would for the buyers for it to close above the neckline, right, above the neckline, and, you know, for us to hit our target areas. But as you can see in this instance over here, this wasn't a great one over here. It really wasn't. And another thing you can use is the line charts to identify better patterns, because look, see how I put it here? You see this, and you see when I have it on my,
It's always so much clearer on the line chart.
you see how different? I tell you that not all head and shoulders are going to be at the same line. You know, you get some of them at an angle. This is at an angle. This is an angle one. Oh, let me move the chart where. Right here. This moved on me. That's because the chart moved.